Hey guys, so it's been a little while since I've hopped on here live, but there's something that I've been really thinking about lately and really diving into, and I think I've kind of figured it out, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. I do have notes because you know how I get off track. Um, I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been thinking about why I do this coaching business and why I love it so much and why it matters so much to me. Part of diving into this is for motivation to keep pushing when times get tough and to keep my drive for this business passionate and red hot. But part of it also is because I want to share it with you so that you can hear more about it and decide whether this is something for you. But I wanted to share why I do this. So I have always been, a very independent and strong-willed person. I've always wanted to make my own choices, no matter how misguided some of them may have been. For example, when I was 17, I moved out to live with my boyfriend. Misguided, but it was my choice and I wanted to make that choice. And I grew up with parents that respected my need to make my own choices. And thankfully they knew I was safe and nearby. So they didn't stop me. I wouldn't say let me. I chose to take my post-secondary education by distance learning, again, for misguided reasons, but it was a choice that I made and that I wanted to make. I chose where I started my career, which I loved. I chose to live on my own for a little while. I chose to get married at 21 to this crazy guy that we got engaged after 6 months. We're still together 12 years later. But that one wasn't misguided. I made these choices though for myself, and I love that independence of making these choices for myself. And I have always chosen, even though I kind of bounced around careers a bit to kind of find what was mine, I always chose based on what felt right for me at that time and what filled my cup. And then when we were deciding to start a family, our choice at that time was for me to stay home with our kids until they were in kindergarten. That was the choice that we had decided on when I was pregnant with our first. Turns out I wasn't really built for the whole stay-at-home mom life, but regardless, my calendar's going crazy, but regardless of whether I was built for it or not, our life and society determined, because kids are expensive AF, that I had to work. And so that choice was kind of taken away from me, whether I wanted to stay home or not, or whether I wanted to start a home business or not. I did have a photography business from home for a while, but it just didn't cut it for our family. So that choice was taken from me, that choice of where I would work or how my career would develop or when I would have a career was taken away from me and replaced with the necessity of having to get a job and working that job around our kids and around childcare and affording childcare. And that choice was just kind of taken. So all of a sudden now I was working based on someone else's schedule, not to say my kids, but to say a boss. And many times bosses that I didn't really love and jobs that didn't really fill my cup. I had to find careers and jobs that would work around our kids' schedules so that I could work in the evenings or on weekends when Kyle was home, mainly because our oldest son at the time and now both of our kids had special medical needs. So finding a day home in our small town was ridiculously hard. So I had to work around most of my kids' schedule so that I could be home as much as possible. And that left for very limited opportunities for work. And then once working for someone else, like I said, I'm working for somebody else's schedule. I have to ask for permission to get time off to go on vacation. My husband works for family business. So like if he gets some time off, it's few and far between because they're so busy, which is great. But when he gets time off, if I had to ask permission for that specific time off and didn't get it granted, we didn't get a family vacation that year. I had a cap on my income. The income that we had, these goals that we had for our life and these dreams we had for our life and for our family, and I'm getting emotional and I don't know why. We had these dreams as a young family of taking our kids on like great vacations or paying down loans or buying a bigger house. And the cap that we had on the income at the time when I was working there or working these other jobs, I couldn't outwork that. I couldn't work hard enough to earn more money because it just wasn't capable in that position. We were living our life, or I felt like I was living my life based on someone else's choices, on this boss's choices, or whoever at the time. There's a few different jobs, right? And so for me, the biggest thing that this coaching business has given me, it's given me my choice back. My freedom to choose what our life looks like, what my life looks like. It's giving me that independence back. I choose where I work from every day. I choose when I'm going to work. I choose how much I'm going to work. So if you followed my social media, especially my Instagram, the last 2 weeks, you'll see that I was working from a pool. I was working from a campsite. I was working in the morning and taking the afternoons off to play with my kids. And I could do that because I have the choice to do that. I don't have to ask anyone. We have huge dreams as a family. We have dreams to take our kids back to Disneyland, actually to Disney World. We have dreams to purchase a vacation property in the mountains. And when I say we, I mean me, because Cal's just fine here in the prairies, but I will die if I don't have a vacation property in the mountains someday. We have not even a dream, we have a goal to pay off all of our debt. I have a goal to take my husband to Italy and to show him that. I have huge business goals. And all of these big dreams and goals and visions that we have for our family can be realized because I am able to put in the work and earn more income and grow my business larger to realize those goals, because I get to choose how hard I work and how much I work. We, Kyle and I together, make the choice of how hard this business is gonna go so that we can get the results that go with it. The beautiful thing of being self-employed is that if you put the work in, or at least in this business, I shouldn't say all employment, self-employment, but in this business, if you put the work in, you will get the results out. And I'm the type of person that's going to put the work in anyways. So to have this opportunity that pays me out the way that I put in is incredible. And it's given me the choice to do so. And it's given our family the choice to realize the dreams that we want. And the reason that I love sharing this so much with everybody, but specifically with other moms, and other working moms that either don't want to be working or don't want to be restricted by somebody else's choices, to have the freedom to work wherever you want and to be with your kids whenever you want, that's immeasurable. It's invaluable. Like, I cannot even express how much it means to me to be able to have this opportunity to share it with you. I want you to know that if this has ever crossed your mind as a fleeting thought of, I wish, what if, maybe I could, I want you to reach out to me. We are having a sneak peek into what I do as a coach, how I do it, how I earn an income, how it fit into my life when I was working full-time and raising kids and volunteering and chasing kids to sports and all the other life stuff. I have a sneak peek going right now that I want you to check out if this has ever been a thought to cross your mind. There's no obligation. All you need to do is have a good work ethic and the passion to try to create a bigger life for yourself and your family. Thank you for letting me share this, because I feel like it's been inside me for a long time. And I love that you guys hung out with me for this. Share your thoughts with me, share your dreams with me, because I want to hear them and I want to help you reach them. Have a great day.